world of unforgettable experiences and immersive marketing. Transform your events into extraordinary moments that captivate your audience. Whether it's corporate gatherings, product launches, or community celebrations, our immersive marketing solutions elevate your events to new heights. Immerse your attendees in a world of audio books and podcasts tailored to your brand. Engage their senses and leave a lasting impression. Explore the power of storytelling with our curated podcast content. From insightful discussions to entertaining narratives, we've got the perfect audio experience for your event. Ready to make your next event unforgettable? Scan the QR code now and book a complimentary immersive marketing call with our experts. Let's create memories together. Elevate your events with immersive marketing. Scan the code and let the magic begin.
That's right, friends. Let's let that magic begin. We're here with another Juicy Pain Point podcast with the amazing Coleen Stubbs. And you know what? We're going to talk about what's coming in January because you need to start January 2026 with a bang. And what a greater place to start it with than right now in January, getting visibility, reaching that credibility because you could be behind the scenes doing 101 things, but if you're not in front of the camera, what's going on with you? Well, hello, Coleen. Welcome. Here we go.
Good morning. Let's do this. Yeah.
Yeah, awesome, awesome. So we're gonna talk about a few things here and the great things that are happening right now that we're getting ready to plan a fantastic collaboration and what a better group. We've got the full scale behind the scenes in front of the camera and the email contacts and the lead generation and websites going, right?
Absolutely. And so this is exciting. We've been planning this for a while, but I think everybody right about now, we're like trying to settle into Christmas, but in the back of our mind, we're thinking, okay, 2026, we've got to hit that with a bang, right?
Yeah, you do. You've got to start it with a bang because if you plan it now and Christmas, I mean, for me, it's really about presence. Where are you? What are you thankful for? What did you do well? What could you do well? How can you pivot? And what's going on with the next year? What's that wish to start out? Are you going to start out with another gym membership and you're going to go for about 2 weeks and then you'll never show up again because you worked out so hard and now you that lactic acid kicked in and your muscles are tight and you're like, okay, this is too painful. I don't want to fight the traffic. I don't want to go there. You could have gotten a set of kettlebells and maybe started with a simple yoga stretch. I don't know, start simple. But we just start 2026. Let's not do that. Let's really plan it out and just we're not tiptoeing, but we're going to start with a great plan and a great focus. And we already have planned there's 3 summits. There's 3 stages in 2026 where you'll be speaking and there's a team of other wonderful entrepreneurs coming around. But the thought is, how can we give them more visibility? How can we get out there? Because it's kind of crazy when you think about it. You're doing the thing, and it's not fear. It's not let's just put that to the side because really it's not the fear that we're in. Maybe we're just too busy or we don't have it on the schedule or it's like, hey, I'm already out there. I've already got a group of people. But if those people are already working with you, how do you grow your business? What's the next step? Because you're efficient, you're getting out there, you're doing the thing, and it can be exhausting. But how can you pivot? And what's that thing? I think it's visibility. How has it changed for you when you're out here and you're like, hey, I don't really have to do the marketing. I can just show up and shine and get out there and say, hey, I can get on a camera.
I think that's key. And I think that for a lot of entrepreneurs too, maybe they're already doing the webinars, right? Or they're doing some teaching, whether it's inside a group or a little bit of one-on-one coaching where they're teaching. Why not take that onto the stage? That is the easiest transition to just really amplify where you've already put your efforts, right? So if you already have something you're teaching, something you're sharing, why not get on a big stage and put it out there for everybody? And the thing is like you said, I don't think it's fear. I think it's people haven't considered it. I think that they think it's more work than it actually is. I actually spoke with somebody yesterday who was saying, well, I've been doing webinars for a long time. I just don't think I could ever speak in front of people. And I said, but you're speaking in front of everybody at your webinars, right? Like you're just leaving all the leads on the table by not taking what you're already doing because we don't want to complicate things.
No.
What we want to do, what Nicole and I want to do going into 2026 is we want to help you create a plan that you come in strong and you are able to stay strong throughout the year. Showing up strong in your presence online, your visibility, really growing that. So take what you're doing and get with us and let's get that switched up so that you're on Summit, you're on podcast, your business is being advertised through our sponsorships and through commercials that we create for you, things like that. So you're really visible. Get those things working. And then when we post them on different platforms, they keep living there. And that keeps generating leads for you.
Yeah, right. You don't want to be there saying, "Hey, I'll get visibility when I feel ready. I'll
Right.
pitch podcasts that I when I have more time. I'll share my message when things calm down." What if you can collaborate with two people that have been in business, two entrepreneurs, one with what? You got like 35 plus years
37,
of
37 years, yeah.
37 years of business experience, and that's not just talk, that's action. There's a lot going on there, and you want to share your message when things calm down. If you have two people, I mean, my background, my experiences working with some AI programming, Unreal Engine, I mean, let's just put it out there, it's not easy to do that. It's not easy to get in the AI space. It's not easy to learn to program things. It's not easy to write code. I mean, I had to learn MS-DOS way back machine to talk to certain larger systems like NCIS and NLETs. That's a communication system between law enforcement agencies that you actually have to learn the code in. You can't just type a simple prompt back in the day, but that takes some intellect and it takes some way, it's experience. It's the only thing is that it's experience and understanding and learning. So with that long process, that's the experience that brings the behind the stage magic. That's the experience that brings the interview style. Let's have a little fun. Let's have some humor. Let's be excited about what's going on and not just, straight lace and boring because, it's a little vanilla. People want to feel and engage. And that, how does that experience come together? Well, you have to bring those virtual stages. I've even worked with virtual reality. And when you're doing this, how do you make somebody shine? And it's not just one time where you could just walk away from that stage and then people just have their memories. It's there forever, it's there for years, and you can use clips. What a better way to get on a stage where you have two people that have the experience and want to make you stand out and shine and get seen and heard. And you're bringing that forward and you're coming into here and you're saying, your perfect moment isn't coming. Someday's not a day on a calendar. Here it is right now. You get two podcasts, they're live. You get that mission and that purpose, and we're going to share you with our audience because we want to see you grow. And what a way to engage. You were talking about someone doing workshops. You're on the camera. Come here, come into a space where you can feel good that you're going to be supported, that you're going to really be supported by people that have the same mission and purpose and are going to lead from the heart. They're going to lead on a soulful level, and they're really going to drive that business with collaboration because if you don't look good, we don't look good,
You,
right?
Nicole, I'm going to say that the funny part of that is that you said MS-DOS. Like, I think you aged yourself.
Oh yeah, I was in Silicon Valley in the 80s,
For a bit.
people. We were the
Yeah.
first house with Pong. We were one of the first houses with Pong. I mean, if you want to go down the Big Bang rabbit hole, we had the fax machine, 7 foot fax machine with a phone. You had to actually pick up and dial.
Yeah,
Hello.
yeah, I
That
remember
green
those
and
days.
white paper. We had that. I mean, my brother and his friends used to just blow stuff up all the time. I mean, we stood in line. We got to go in front of the line and cut the line of the very first Star Wars. 400 people. Let's 400. Imagine a line. It's not a
Yeah,
club.
great.
It's not a club in Miami or Las Vegas. 400 people to see Star Wars the first day, the first hour. We got to surpass him thanks to my brother trying to blow himself up. But he got out of the hospital back in the day, and so we got to cut the line. How awesome was that? But yeah, I'm totally dating myself. But
Yeah.
but that was when we ran on intellect, and now we can take that experience and make it simple.
That's exactly it. And so you're bringing your experience and sharing it with people, which really makes it easy to get on stage, to be live, to do these things. And I'm speaking from experience when I say that I've worked with Nicole, that I've had her create a summit for me, and it is so easy. And I literally said to her, I just want to show up. You get everything else done, I'll show up. Because honestly, as an entrepreneur, I didn't have time to do all the things. I could absolutely learn it. I know that I could. I've been in business for a long time. I could learn what I need to do to create a summit, but why would I do that? That's the biggest thing I've learned in the past 37 years of building 9 businesses, is that you don't have to do everything in your business. You have to have a few things in place. You have to have your lead gen, you have to have your lead capture, you have to have your communication and your calendars, and you have to have things connected so that they run in the background. That's part of bringing people into your world and nurturing them. And what you don't want to do is have leads coming in and having getting dropped. And so when I create a simplified CEO system for you, it really just makes it so that your background is all tied together. Your leads are coming in, they're being captured, they're being put in the right direction, they are being nurtured without you doing anything more. And then you're able to keep showing up, keep being the voice and face of your business, keep shining in the area that you love, and you're growing your business because these leads are coming in and going where they need to go. Now, on top of that, like you started to touch on, the clips. I absolutely do not love making social media content. Clips are amazing. So when you take your recording of you being on a summit, being on a podcast, and your host or you go and make short clips of that, that's your content that can be used over and over and over again. And yeah, you don't want to use the same clip every day of the week for a week. You don't, but you can use it once a month. And if you have a few of these, you just keep going with them. But I think what we're setting up here and bringing to you is that Nicole's got your put your face out there, your voice out there, get seen and heard, because she is the summit queen. She is the event queen, right? And she has her podcast that everything will be put on too. Now, I have the experience in the back office of making sure that your leads aren't dropping, making sure that everybody's getting nurtured, making sure everybody's being led into your calendar or to get into your coaching or whatever it is that you have set up. And together, that creates the perfect world for your business to just explode. And to be perfectly honest with you, your perfect moment's not coming. There's not going to be a time when it's like, this is the perfect time to do this. If you're an entrepreneur, you've got to take your business and just say, this is my moment. This is when I'm going to make it happen. And yeah, there are people like Nicole and I standing around saying, let us help you. But you have to take that first step. And it's your business. If you decide that you're perfectly happy where you are and you don't want to grow, then that's fine. Stay there. But for the rest of us who want more, who want to help more people, who want to share our brilliance and our business with the world, we're going to take that step. We're going to get on stage and be seen and heard.
Well, yeah, absolutely. Right. That's just it. It's getting out there. You don't want to pitch to all these podcasts. It's just we're even moving a step further past just the brew and stew collaboration, right? What about, like get your coffee, let's go, let's talk, let's chat, let's really get into a little bit of the nitty-gritty on your business and learn about you and talk about what business owners talk about behind the scenes that they don't always bring up front to the camera because we're taught to cookie cutter cut what we need to say, and there's a certain tagline. But what's your zone of genius? And that's where we want to shine. We're going to bring something to you as well on the school platform. And what is so great about this is that we're bringing two powerhouses together to really like what's missing? What's the pain point of your business that we can share to bring the solution? It's simple, it's sustainable, there's automation that we're talking about, but we're going to have live group discussion We're going to have not only teaching and learning labs, but we're going to have solution labs where you can actually get into here and say, here, what's the nitty gritty of this? Okay, like when I'm getting on the stage, do I need a, we're not talking about, oh, you got to put on your face, you got to remember to put pants on if you're standing up. I mean, those things you got to know already. Or, get off mute. You should pretty much know that. But we're really talking about those next steps of how to communicate with confidence and really go from A to Z, right? So what's the ROI? So if you're not making money with what you're producing and you're just getting on podcast, what happens next? You got to reach out with emails before. You got to get on the social media. You got to network. You got to get to know people. You got to get on the stage, and then you got to do the same thing all backwards. What's your call to action? You've got to have a call to action because I mean, I truly feel this. People ask me all the time, well, what can I share? Share a lead magnet. Why? Because you want to generate leads so you can reach back to them after the event. Not only that, I mean, people are giving you the leads and they're signing up and saying, "Hey, I want to be on your email list. I want you to DM me and reach out with me, get to know me, get on a chat." You know what? If they don't, there's a magic button called the unsubscribe button and they won't hear from you again, sadly enough, but that's okay. It makes room for the another 20, 30, 100 people that are coming in. But it's also the connection afterwards. You don't have to have a huge large launch. You just have to have something like, are they meeting up with you? Are they coming to your workshop? You really should have a workshop after that. You should have a group meetup. You want to meet the people that are there and find out those kind of ways to ease your life, keep it real simple, stupid, and just shine easily. So it's like I just have to show up. I know what to talk about. Whether you're using a presentation or you're interviewing, what do you do next? And just do it. And that's the thing. And I think that's why I like working with you, Colleen, because you're like, okay, we're just gonna get this done. Let's go. That's it.
Well, and the thing is, you're talking about doing a workshop or a webinar or something after the fact of your speech, of your speaking event. And the thing is that it can be as simple as having an open Q&A session. Just plan that afterwards and say, "Hey, I saw that you were on the event and you attended, and I would really love to just sit down with you and answer any questions that you have, and maybe just take you inside what I do, show you a little bit more and see how that fits for you." But really just reaching out and building those relationships is key. And it doesn't do you any good if you go to these and you get handed a CSV or a list of contacts, right? And you don't nurture them or do something more with them, like Nicole was saying. Now, maybe you're like, well, this part of my business isn't working right. This part isn't. That's exactly why we're creating the Voice Lab. And inside the Voice Lab, we've got the Learning Lab. We've got the Solutions Lab. Like Nicole was saying, bring your problems. Let's sit down and dissect them. Use it as a sounding board room, right? Where you can come in and say, in all confidence and without it being broadcast publicly, "Hey, this isn't working right in my business," or "This person got dropped. How did that happen?" And we can actually sit with you and look at your business and see where the disconnect is and actually work on that. Or maybe it's just how you're handling something. Maybe an algorithm has changed. Maybe you feel like your email open rate went down and you want to figure out why. We can sit down and dive into these things, and together, always, the more eyes that you can put on something, the more information you can draw out of it, the more ideas you have to fix the problem.
Yeah, absolutely. The more eyes you have and the more you continuously find out at that, that's where the focus with that focus and that grinding comes the perfection. It doesn't come without trying it, doing it, and repeating the same system over and over. And sometimes we feel like, oh my gosh, this cycle is still happening to me. But are you reflecting and looking at the growth that you've achieved through that replaying of that cycle? Because you need to start checking boxes that certain things were complete and that you're here. And once you start to show up and the community can rely on you, and now you're building, here's a community of other business owners that you can work with. Here's a community of other speakers you can engage with. Here's a community of other people that you can support their products and their services. Maybe bring in affiliation and learn how to get sponsorship. Those types of things, like really busting those myths. And yeah, we're not going to put that on camera and blast it out there. We're going to sit in a room and say, hey, what's the thought on this? Like, hey, I just don't get the how, or I don't get why I need this, or do I need this? Let's have those, more mastermind discussions at a higher level where you're in a group with peers and you're just like, oh, I get this. There's open office hours where you're just like, hey, I have this one problem, got to get it fixed. You can come in, you can work, maybe you just need to jump in for a minute because when we work on stuff, you see those old movies. Yeah, I still watch the old black and white movies where the scientist is in the lab and he's working on something, he's working on something, and then he steps away and he gets real frustrated, and then that's where that's that breaking moment. And sometimes you just need to have somebody walk into your lab and knock a bottle over, and you get a little Jekyll and Hyde, and you get a little change.
Yeah, and I think too that, sometimes just being able to say, hey, everybody's saying I need to take this course, or everybody's saying I need to do this different in my business, having somebody come in and even a group of people that support you and say, when I did that, this was my experience. When I did that, this was my experience. Then you go in with a little more knowledge and you're more confident in the decisions you make for your business. And that is also huge. You want to make sure that you're using the support system you're given. Now, going into 2026, we do not want to be like, hey, here's all these things you need to do. No, we're about simplifying it. Why? Because you're building a business you want to love. We don't want you to get overwhelmed. We don't want you to get burned out. And so we're going to show you the way that you can use getting visible, speaking at events, on podcasts, things of that nature, to create content, to take care of your marketing for you, and then also get the support at the same time that you need to grow your business. And that is really, let's keep it simple. Let's simplify it as much as possible. And imagine the hours that you're already spending either stressed out, overwhelmed, or burned out, wondering if your leads are connecting, wondering what are you going to do with these 137 leads you have that you just came off this one event and you don't know what to say to them. That's why we have the lab. We come in and we say, okay, this is what we're doing with ours. What are you doing with yours? And giving ideas and just talking things through and making a plan so that you can get your nurture on the back end running smoothly, buying yourself more time with your family, but also more time to just be the face and voice of your business. When you spend more time building those relationships, by being the face and voice of your business, by speaking out, getting seen, getting heard, that's when the growth happens. But only if your back end is organized and everybody's getting nurtured and connected correctly.
That's right. That's right. That's absolutely it. No more fear porn. You're not in fear. You have courage. You've been doing the thing. We're just gonna finite it and make it simple. That's exactly what we do. So, if you're ready to embrace the 2026 and you're ready to be a guest, you're ready to say, hello, visibility, sponsor me. I need a commercial. You can share it to all your events. Watch me grow, right? These are what we're looking at. We're going to do this with the Brew and Stew collaboration and with the Voice Lab coming on board. So you can just go in there. You can get your knowledge on. You can go in there and you can play around. There's some great things we're going to have with the membership. But you know, let us know. Get on the list. Reach out to us if you're not on either of our list, because we're going to start putting that information out. We're going to hit it hot and heavy, and we want you to do the same. We want to power you to grow.
Let's do this. I'm excited for 2026. And I think that we have really found a way to help a lot of entrepreneurs. So if you're ready, we're ready.
Absolutely. Don't get ready to get ready. Do it now. Let's go. All right. Hey,
It's your
guys.
moment.
Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. See you on the other side. See you next year. Bye. Bye.